White Rabbit got started in December of 2006 as my husband and I, kind of put our heads together and decided that we wanted to try out this kind of a little store. And it started with basically just our stuff that we make, and then maybe 12 to 15 other artists who have stuff that they wanted to sell. But we started very modestly in the Hall Mall in a really tiny one-room setup, and it's just grown from there. What sets us apart from other locally owned stores is the fact that we are primarily focused on handmade, locally made items. That's kind of what our shtick is, we would rather carry, the weird small run things versus things that are mass produced. We're really into uniqueness and individuality, so that's kind of what sets us apart.
Along with carrying handmade items, the White Rabbit also has a section dedicated to vintage clothing for men and women. They recently opened a small coffee shop inside their store, which also uses local items, including fresh goat milk, local honey, freshly squeezed juice, and coffee beans that are ground every morning.
My grandparents started the business back in 1948. At that time, there were 28 other family-owned corner groceries in Iowa City, and we're the last remaining one. There has been a continuously operated grocery store at this location for 164 years. But we're also unique in the fact that we have one of the world's best beer selections. And we have people that come in on a daily basis that are neighborhood customers. We have people that shop here on a weekly basis that are part of the university. We have people that come from all over the state to do their beer shopping, but we also have people that come in from all over the country. Our deli is doing homemade pastrami and homemade bacon, things that you just can't find anywhere else. They're actually stuffing their own sausages, and every week we're doing a different beer in the sausage.
John's Groceries offers a wide selection of groceries, with featured products from the local Manna Colonies, Oasis Restaurant, local brewers, and local farms. John's Grocery is a huge supporter of the local community. They are also known for their wide selection of wines and cheeses.
It was started by a local business person named Tara Crumbaugh, who is still the owner-operator to this day. Basically, what she did was the story goes that it was her, she was a business major at the university. It was her class project to, start a business proposal, so she went out to the East Coast, and, the coffee boom was starting to happen out there. You're starting to get a lot of, local coffee shops doing, creating what our modern version of, a cafe is, and, popularizing things like lattes, espresso, and that kind of thing in America for the first time, so I picked up on a lot of that, brought it back here to Iowa City at just about the right, perfect time, in mid-90s, early 90s, and it sort of exploded from there. A lot of our milk is from farms, all on 100, within 100, miles of where we're serving it, and we use Kelowna Supernatural Yogurts, which is Kelowna Dairy Farms, very, very nearby town.
Java House offers fresh baked goods and exceptional coffee. They also offer live music on Fridays at their downtown location.
It's important to shop locally because if you shop locally rather than shopping at a chain, your money stays in the local economy. So, it enriches your community more if you shop locally.
Well, I think shopping locally is important because it helps our local economy. We all know that the wars that we've had abroad have a lot to do with oil, so we should do what we can to decrease our use of oil, and one of those things is to shop local.
It's very important to shop local because your money really stays in town. When you shop local, when you shop with your neighbors, when you shop with your friends, you are supporting them, they are supporting you. You're not supporting somebody in China, you're not supporting somebody in California, New York, you're supporting your neighbors. And it's really important that people know that if they shop at John's, they are going to help not only me and my family, but in turn, when I get a request for a donation from Horseman Elementary or whatnot, then I'm going to support them, so the money really stays around.
I think some of the challenges you face are that our lives were kind of used to having what we want when we want it, and so curbing our desires for anything at any time can be difficult as a society as a whole, such as, you want to make a salad with raspberries in it in January, you can't really buy locally because they're not going to happen in this area at that time. So part of it is not just saying, oh, I'm going to buy local, it's also saying I'm going to maybe not consume things that aren't supported locally, that aren't produced locally, and that means finding alternatives or making decisions of things, controlling our desires of things that we want.